Hi everyone! Welcome to today's video. As you can tell from the title, this is going to be a story time video, and this is in collaboration with several other Lolita YouTubers. I'm going to leave a link to their videos in the cards as well as in the description box down below, so definitely check them out. The topic that we are all discussing is how I discovered Lolita fashion. And I think this is a very fascinating topic because everybody gets into Lolita in a variety of ways, and I really love hearing about how other people get into the fashion and how they really get into it. So let's jump in to my story. I haven't told many people how I got into Lolita fashion, so this is my first time telling anybody outside of my very close group of friends. So to get started, let's rewind back to the early 2000s. Growing up, I was very interested in Japanese culture, specifically anime. I remember spending a lot of my childhood watching anime that's been dubbed, and then I moved on to actual subbed anime, and I was anime club president for both middle school and high school, and I helped run conventions and things like that back then. But through anime and manga, I was actually introduced to Lolita fashion that way. At least the inklings of it, especially with the works of Clamp and Nana. I especially loved Clamp's works. Their artwork is absolutely gorgeous, and a lot of the artwork that they do draws a little bit on Lolita fashion, but not completely. It's very frilly, very girly, very over the top, and that's what drew me to it. And I always thought I would cosplay, but I never got to that point. So around in 2004, I actually got introduced to Lolita fashion as Lolita fashion. At that time, my brother was about to enter high school, and we were looking around different high school places where he could attend. And in one of the high schools that we visited, they had a Japanese program. And I picked up a book called Fruits. And I fell in love with Japanese street fashion from there. And in 2005, I started wearing the fashion itself. I started off with wearing Lolita pieces. By Lolita, it was frillier clothes than normal, but it wasn't the Lolita shape. I didn't even have a petticoat at that point yet. But I did take into account things like color cohesion and the coordinating of a whole outfit together at that time. I also made my own Lolita pieces. I'm so glad that photos don't exist from that time because that was a dark time. So throughout the following years, I wore my Lolita-inspired clothes whenever I had the chance or felt like it. So in 2007, a very significant thing happened to me. I bought my first brand, specifically Angelic Pretty's Puppet Circus and Moimen Whitey's Iron Gate. Looking back now, I don't know what I was thinking, but at that time it was a big thing for me. So back then, you weren't able to purchase brand unless you were 1, in Japan, or 2, you had somebody who lived in Japan who could purchase items for you. So I took a page out of Momoko's book, and I coerced a Japanese exchange student to purchase those 2 pieces for me. This is something that I am really ashamed about. It's something that I'm not really proud of, but it is part of my Lolita history, and I apologize to Japanese exchange student who I befriended. And yeah, I'm a really terrible person. I know I'm gonna be judged pretty bad for doing this, but I know I was young and I would not do the same thing that I did when I was that young. I don't really know how to continue on, but I guess we'll go on from here. In 2008, the now defunct Tokyo Pop released the first Gothic Lolita Bible in English, and I really remember just poring over these books and loving every outfit. And then for the next few years, I actually fell out of Lolita. I got really busy with volunteering for anime conventions and doing a lot of after-school activities, so I didn't really have that much time for Lolita fashion. So we're just gonna time skip to 2011. And that is when I officially got back into it, found my old Lolita items, and I put it on, and I felt like it was time to really wear the fashion. I finally purchased a petticoat. It only took 5 years to actually get a petticoat. One of the foundations of a Lolita coordinate, and it took me 5 years to actually get one. So one of the first brand pieces that I purchased when I got back into Lolita fashion was Meta's Lucky Pack. They have a skirt Lucky Pack every year, and I purchased it, and I fell in love with Lolita fashion once again. Here's the photo. And then in 2014, I went on my first trip to Japan. I was able to visit Closet Child in Harajuku while there, and I purchased a lovely metamorphosed dress. It was Nostalgia Chess, and I wore this to one of my first Lolita fashion shows as well the same year. 2014 was a pretty good year. I got really into the community aspect and connected with my local community. In 2015, I released my first Lolita YouTube video. It was filmed in Vancouver because I was there for vacation, and I was super excited to wear Lolita out and about in a foreign city. I look back on that video with fond memories. It was a very short video, but that's what got me started on YouTube. And here I am now, creating even better videos. At least I hope it's better videos. Who knows at this point. And here we are now, where I am a certified dragon who hoards all the frilly things, and I really don't see it stopping anytime soon. I would love to hear about all your origin stories in the comment section down below. Make sure to check out all the other collaborators videos, once again in the cards, as well as the description box down below. Thank you once again for watching today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!